Welcome to the Inner Circle, where we discuss the in and outs of popular culture, entertainment, crime, and politics. Welcome to the Inner Circle.
All right, here we go. Another edition of the Inner Circle. Real people talking about real things. I got my peoples in here with me. We got Gibby the Groat.
Gibby the Groat, man. What's up? I'm live and direct in the building.
Where'd you get that outfit from, bro? For the people looking on the camera. Matter of fact, let me zoom in on this.
Yeah, zoom in on this. This is actually 100% unicorn fur.
The unicorn
You know what I'm saying?
king.
We actually had to kill a unicorn fur. You know what I'm saying? We actually had to kill a unicorn to get this fur, but I actually wore this jacket in the music video, so this is the last way I'm gonna get out of it, man.
I hear you. That's a fact. Once you wear it in the music video,
It's over. It's over. You can't
What
be on
was you
YouTube.
doing in the music video? Was you twerking with that on, buddy?
Oh, no, not even. I was actually, I'm in a music video for my man Ski, Huncho Ski. I was in the middle of a big drug deal, and then I ended up getting shot up. Shit was fire.
With that on.
Shout out Huncho Ski. Yeah,
Did you
with
get
the
any
unicorn
blood
fur.
on the pink? Did you get any blood?
You know
on
what I'm saying?
there?
Like, you see it's still clean,
Special
right?
effects for that.
You see it's still clean like Listerine on the scene, baby.
Where did you get that from? Did you design that to yourself, or who
Oh no,
designed
my
that for
man!
you?
I actually went to the city and I purchased the fur, and I hit up my man Sincere Young from Beyond Priority. He made the other fur hoodie I had, and he threw the fur on it. You know what I mean? He hooked it up. Shout out
Dope.
Sincere Young, Beyond Priority, custom
Bro,
one of
you're
one.
from Brooklyn, right?
Yeah,
That looks
yeah,
like
huh?
a Harlem outfit, right?
Oh nah.
It does look like a Harlem outfit.
This definitely East New York.
That's a Harlem outfit.
This definitely East New York, man.
Evita the Great, what's good with you?
What's up, y'all? How's it
How was your
going?
weekend? Where'd you go?
I didn't get flued out before you
what's
say it.
going on?
Nah, she was local.
No, but Chris introduced me to a dope, kind of like underground marijuana event that they do out here. So that was cool. I enjoyed myself there, but that's really it.
She was fucked up.
All right,
Mind your
She was high as
business.
hell.
Chris Gibbs always snitching, man.
Right? Dang.
Shout out 6ix9ine. Shout out 6ix9ine.
Yo, so what we talking about this week? Evita, start us off.
All right. Let's get into, this is a pretty simple topic. If you go to a restaurant and you don't feel like the service is up to par, should you have to tip still?
Definitely not.
Why do you feel like we
Definitely
shouldn't
not.
have to tip?
Tips are strictly service based. I hate when I go somewhere and they try to tell you that you got to tip 10%, you got to tip 15%. First of all, my tip is going to be based on the service that I receive. Your job is to bring my food from the back. But if you give me a smile, if you're polite, if you make sure I got my silverware, if you refill my coffee, my water with lemon, then you know what? You're going to get a nice tip. But if not, you ain't getting nothing. If my bill comes up to $27.77, I will give you $27.75.
But you know, waitresses and waiters, they're like base pay is like nothing. So they most of their money comes from tips. So I feel like the only reason why I'm always gonna tip is because I feel like, what if you catch that person and they just so happen to be having a bad day? It's like they're human too. So I give them the benefit of the doubt.
I think you should always tip, but I think your tip should be according to the service.
I do agree with that.
If you
Yeah.
have horrible service, you take mad long bringing the food out, I will leave you 50 cents. And you'll get the message that, yo, you got to do a good job. But if your service is exceptional, you out there, the food is hot, your attitude is right, you cooperate, everything else is right, I'm a very generous tipper. But I think people, once you learn the history of tipping, it's really so the company can get over without paying their employees.
That's
You're
what it
making
seems
up
like,
for their
yeah.
company not paying their employees. But damn it, if you're working for me,
Right.
you're working for you really gonna earn your tip.
No, but no lie though, I don't feel bad for waitresses at all. Cause honestly, people that receive tips are some of the most paid people in our class.
Why do you say that?
You look at something like, let's say for instance that a person is making $7 an hour. You know what I'm saying? Something minus $7 an hour. The second you receive a $3 tip for that hour, you're making $10 an hour. And that's just one tip. I know people that's pulling in $200, $300 in tip. The people I know that's making tips, they're making real money
They do
with
make
the
good
tips.
money, yeah.
So if I know that I'm getting paid based on performance, I'm always going to make sure my performance is up to par.
And
You
that's
understand
like a
what I'm
true
saying?
hustler. That's said like a true hustler right
You know
there.
what I'm saying? If you give me bad service, if you give me that spoon that had the little piece of Cheerio that's stuck on it because y'all ain't put it in the dishwasher long enough, if you don't refill my coffee, if you don't smile at me, if I get my food and it's a little bit cold, you not getting no tip. I'm going to short you. Then I'm a dine and dash.
I don't necessarily think you're shorting anybody anything.
Yeah,
they didn't earn their tip.
I'm a really short. Like if the bill coming to 23, I'm going to leave 22. I do that sometimes. I do that sometimes. It's in the message.
Yo, put me on. How you get away with that?
I do that sometimes to send a message because now look, work harder next time. Now you took an L.
Believe you.
But how do you just
people?
not pay your full bill?
Yeah,
how do you get away with that?
What?
I don't believe
How?
Yeah.
Oh man, I can tell you that from Brooklyn.
Excuse me, sir. Like you didn't.
No, you got to walk out. What you do is that the extras you leave in singles. Well, yeah, exactly. So the extras you leave in singles. So you leave the 20. So you leave the 20 with the singles, and then you just walk. You know what I mean? They see the money. You know what I'm saying? Everything is cool. They ain't gonna chase you down for no $1. Work harder.
Do not follow this guy, kids. Any children, you shouldn't be listening to this podcast.
I'll tip at least 5%.
Don't follow Chris
if you
Gibbs
trash,
lying.
you getting 5% from me.
But what is the tip for?
I always tip at least 20%.
But what is the tip for if the service is trash? If the service is trash, what is the tip for?
Because that's just me feeling bad. Like
I think giving a tip period is to show what you thought of the service. So if I give you 2 cents, that's what I thought of your service.
You know what I think?
Really sending a stronger
I think that the tip should go to the cook. I'd rather tip the cook because I don't care how amazing the service is. If the food is terrible, the food is terrible. I had a terrible time. Whereas if the service is so-so, but the food is amazing, can still save the night, man. I'm sending my tip to the kitchen.
I've tried to tip a chef, but they told me no.
I send my tips to the kitchen.
They say you can't.
Give me the growth.
Because they make a good salad.
What else we working on tonight?
All right. The next thing we're going to get into is, do we still see movies based around black love? Because I feel like we don't see too much of that anymore. Like I feel like when I was growing up, I saw
movies
like Love Jones, Love and Basketball.
You were born when those came out?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
First of all, I was born in 1990. Shout out to my 90s babies.
Like
are you a 90s baby?
Yep.
Oh, you a fake 90s baby though. You was born 1990.
Yeah, she still count for the 80s.
You was born a week away from 89.
Yep,
that shit don't count.
I'm a 90s
You
baby,
borderline, man.
But yeah, those type of movies, like I don't see that no more.
I mean, honestly, that really entertains people nowadays.
I think it's not an option. So how do we know?
I don't think people really relate to that type of stuff anymore.
The lies you tell. So black people don't relate to black love. I feel like there's like this whole like movement now.
I feel like
now is the time for these
I think we live in thought culture.
Like,
I think we live in thought culture, and it's too late for that to come back. Like it's too late.
I definitely agree. I don't feel that love is separate. I don't feel love is celebrated anymore. Not even just black culture. Yeah. I feel like, over years and years, society has become so over-sexualized to the point where, like, nobody's into that. That's soft, that's mushy. The women are hardcore. You know what I mean? Listen to somebody like Meg Thee Stallion or Cardi B, like, what they're into, like, they're hardcore. They're not really into that soft shit. And nowadays, as a man, if you into that soft romantic shit, you not popping. They not looking for you.
You get walked all over.
You friend zone.
Yep.
Oh, you romantic? Oh, you gonna be romantic right in the friend zone.
I think if you like a certain woman around a certain age, then yeah, you might encounter that. But I think grown women still are here for romance.
So what age would you consider grown?
Ooh, good question. We put right on the spot with that.
I guess you can't. I guess you can't really put an age on it, but I would say if I had to, I would say 28 and up.
I feel like most people can't even relate to that. And like we live in a social media society where you really don't go up and approach the opposite sex anymore. People send a DM. So everything's just so fabricated now. That's why you don't have real love stories like that.
Desensitized to it all.
I think the internet has made people so desensitized.
And I think that people are anti-love. You know what I mean? They're anti-love from years and years of conditioning. Because you look, you know what I mean? Like, look back in the days, like in the 50s and 60s, like in Supreme Day. You know what I mean? Love was
5 years older than you, buddy.
Love was
5 years older than
Love was strictly celebrated. By the way, I'm sipping on coquito that I chefed myself. Hit me up, Chris Gibbs, MM, Twitter, Instagram.
I was
Facebook.
in the 5th. He was in the 1st.
But yeah, back then there was only a positive message about love. I think that once like the crack era hit, late 80s, early 90s. It was an anti-love message that's been put out. And honestly, that message has been reinforced, and I want to say carry with people, because you know what? It's a little more hurt-free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Anti-love, you know what I mean? You're escaping a lot of hurt. You're escaping a lot of pain.
Let me ask you this, Give Me Grow.
What's that? Talk to me, baby.
You've
Talk to
dated
me.
women from all generations.
All generations, man.
So how do the younger ones, how old's your girlfriend?
Well, my girl 24. Shout out to Monty A. Stevens, man.
So
Make sure I get them bundles.
You closer to my age than you are your girlfriend. So how did the different ages?
I thought you was 40.
Nah, I'm 38, bro.
Oh.
I'm 38. We closer in age than your girlfriend.
I think you're 40.
But anyway, how do the different ages, like an older woman compared to someone that's a little bit younger with the romance? I know you're a romantic guy deep down inside.
When it comes to I'm definitely a romantic person. I'm very. Let me see if my girl tuned in right now before I start talking shit. Oh shit, she watching right now. I can't talk. I'm definitely a romantic person. But what I will say is that the younger women, they love a little freer. You know what I'm saying? Older women from years and years of letdowns and disappointment, they got a lot of baggage. I feel that younger women, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think they have baggage. I just think they're not gonna tolerate the things that someone younger who hasn't experienced.
No, they definitely do.
That's baggage.
If a woman, yes.
How's that baggage?
That's definitely
because
baggage.
You're not tolerating it. You've been through it already.
Exactly.
That's baggage.
That's a wall.
How is that
That's
baggage?
a wall.
That's
so
growth.
Before I even,
y'all call that baggage as opposed to growth?
That's definitely
weird.
baggage.
It's baggage for a woman to not want to put up with a man's bullshit. Wow, that's crazy.
But what bullshit do a woman bring to the table?
What is bullshit? Bullshit could be a lot of different things.
Yeah.
What do young women deal with that older women won't?
I mean, I don't really think it's not they deal with it that they won't. I just feel that it's easier to penetrate, easier to get through. Because older women, to be honest, by the time a woman hit, and I'm saying this live and direct right now, by the time a woman hit 30 years old, 31 years old, if she doesn't have a man, she got a lot of shit going on with her. She has a lot of trust issues. She got a lot for real. It's real. She got a lot of insecurity. I've seen women, to be honest, by the time a woman hits 30, she's supposed to be with someone. If she's not with someone,
that is not true.
That's true.
What?
That's very true.
Why does a woman have to be with someone by the time she's 30? This is 2019. Y'all the same ones who said stuff is not the same, XYZ, but women are still supposed to maneuver the same way they was 20 and 30 years ago.
Have to be with
20 and 30 years ago, yes, we should have been with someone probably by the age of 30 because there was a different dynamic. Now, I absolutely don't agree with that at all.
I'm just saying this. If a woman is 30 years old and she's single, she got some baggage with her. There's something going on.
I disagree.
Because you know what? If a woman is 30 years old and she official, she got somebody gonna scoop her ass up. Somebody's gonna swim.
But I'm almost 30 and I'm single and I was in a relationship for 5 years.
And now you know what you might have?
I'm definitely official.
You might have some baggage. You might have.
I don't have no baggage. Actually, I probably got baggage, but everybody has baggage.
As a matter of fact, the last episode we was talking about your perception of black men and about what you think. You see black men as being taken care of.
That's not true.
By black women. Oh shit, we got you on camera. We got you on camera, Supreme.
What we said is black women are the only one who are conditioned to not be taken care of by their man. That's what we said. So context is key. If anyone wants to go back to our last episode, definitely do that.
Look, man, I'm speaking from experience. I've dealt with women that were younger than me. I've dealt with women that were older than me.
So what about men who are single over 30?
I mean,
there's nothing wrong with them.
I don't think necessarily you walk around with baggage, but I mean, you could take it as that, and it's your choice on whether you want to deal with people over 30 or not. Like,
it is.
Yeah, so I mean, I do agree that it's a certain type of mindset that women over 30 have, and it is a little bit less cooperative than the younger ladies.
It's funny because I hear older women describe younger women.
But that's exactly what I just said, and now it's like,
what's that?
You just said what I said. I just said, once a woman hit 30, she's not going to deal with certain things.
And we agree with
not cooperating. That's the difference.
What's the difference?
And I agree with you, but how does that equate to baggage? I'll call that baggage. That's just like this. I'm 31 years old and my girl's 24. So that's like me and her getting in a relationship and I put the pressure on her. I tell her, you know what? I'm 31. I don't have time for the games. I don't have time to waste because you know what? I've reached 31 years old and I didn't have a girl. So now I need to be serious. I don't have no time to play around. So you got to be on your shit. That's me bringing baggage. That's me telling her I'm putting unnecessary pressure on her to basically
it's too much
perform at a
pressure
certain level.
for a man to
There should never be pressure.
date
in a
a
relationship.
woman who has her shit together.
If
That's
you have a
basically what I'm
relationship-
hearing.
If you have two people in a relationship and you have pressure, that's a bad mix. It should never be pressure. Everything should flow evenly. That's
Well,
a
there's
problem.
not
I think
pressure, but
sometimes
it
there's
is like
pressure.
what you said. It's like you have the option to date who you want. It's
Another
like
thing that I tell
if you
you-
don't want to date a woman who's over 30, who is not gonna cooperate with you on certain
Yes,
things,
yes.
then yes,
Why-
that is your
but
choice.
tell me this though, why would I want to date a woman
I wouldn't
that
call
doesn't
that baggage,
cooperate with
though.
me? Like, why would I want to date a woman
Who's
that
to
doesn't
say
cooperate with
all
me?
women over 30 are not cooperative? And what is she cooperating on? What are women over 30 not cooperative about? Let's
You
give
tell
some
me.
examples.
You just now said you're not
I
telling
just
all
want
women that
examples.
right now. So
I
what
just
type of bullshit
I
that
want
you deal with?
examples. That's it.
Whatever bullshit you tell me that you won't put up with from men because you're
Yeah,
of
what
a certain
won't you
age,
put up with?
those are
Like
the
you're not
examples.
gonna be broke. You're not gonna
There
be
you go right there.
a
There's
serial
problem
cheater.
right there.
You're not gonna be someone who's known
There's a
for
problem right there.
lying.
Yo,
You're not gonna be
yo,
none of that.
I tell you this, broke should never come
Yes,
into
it should.
context when
Yes, it
determining the
should.
person you want to be with.
Yeah, it
broke is
should.
a temporary state. Now,
Yes,
if I'm
it
a
should.
liar, that's something that's
Yeah,
permanent.
that's another one.
If I'm a cheater, if I'm certain things, that's permanent.
Cheater
but
ain't
if I'm
permanent
broke,
either.
you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that-
But if I'm
yeah.
broke, that's temporary. There's people that go through tough times in their
Anything
life.
is temporary,
Donald
though.
Trump was
Anything.
bankrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
anything.
Donald Trump was bankrupt, but that's what I'm saying. Like, a woman of a certain age, she cares about things like that. A girl that's 21, 22, she don't give a fuck.
Okay,
how much
I agree
bread
with
she
that.
got. She don't got no
think-
bread.
I agree with that.
She just trying to
a woman with means and a woman that's kind of been through life already by herself has a different perspective than somebody
Absolutely.
that's just young, just getting out here, you know.
I wouldn't call
your
that
feet.
baggage. I don't see how that's baggage, but I mean, whatever.
It's a different, you know. Some people say tomato, some people say tomato. I don't know. You know, it can be considered baggage, but at the same time, if you ain't having it, Chris Gibbs, you ain't having it, right?
It's a choice. So how's it baggage? It's like you always have the choice if you want to deal with that person.
That's not even it. Like, there's, to be honest, the majority of women.
Baggage
you
is
meet-
like me having to deal with your kids and like shit like that.
And
That's
that's the
baggage.
baggage you
That's
deal with. To be
baggage.
honest with
Over
you,
30,
the
most
majority
women
of
over
that
30.
you meet over 30, they have kids. They have baby fathers. They
I
have
don't know.
ex-husbands. They
Well,
have
majority of men I
ex-boyfriends.
meet have kids too, but like,
I mean, Evita, let's keep it real. You're the unicorn here. Like, it's not, you don't meet too many women that are 29, 30 years old that make
Okay.
decent money and don't
Okay,
have any
fine.
children. Like, that's a very
Yeah.
rare occasion.
all right.
You rare like
Touche.
Chris's unicorn.
Touche.
What is it called?
Oh, this a
I'm Chris
one-on-one.
Jacket right
I know
now.
a few girls like her. I know a few
said, "No,
girls
this
like
a
her.
one-on-one."
We got two unicorns.
So yeah, she not rare like me yet, but she close.
Yo, I'm
She
dead.
very
All right,
close.
all right.
Let me see who tuned in. Yo, big shout out.
Yeah, make some shout outs.
Showing love for my Aunt Teresa. I'm over 30. I'm not putting up with someone cheating. And am I sharing my pension if it doesn't work out? Hell no, Aunt Teresa.
Thank you. Okay, Auntie, that's right.
J Mula Cash, big facts, bro. Yay. Who don't got no bread? LMAO. What's up, Nicole Hess? What's up, Nicole?
Yay,
What's up?
yay, you a unicorn too. So
Nazir, my
I don't know too many 23, 24-year-olds with their own business.
Nah, they established.
So
Unicorn, that shit. That pregnancy booty, she established. But yeah, what's up?
All right, what's the next one we
all
talking
right,
about?
the next thing we gonna get into is toxic masculinity. Do we think that's a real thing, or do we think it's
What
fake
is the definition
news?
of that? Like, I've never
Fake
even understood what
news.
that
No, I'm
was.
just
What is
kidding.
toxic masculinity?
I think it's
Masculinity.
real. I'm gonna go and say.
Oh wait. Let me give the
Yeah.
definition real quick.
Yes, please.
The definition is men who adhere to traditionally masculine cultural norms, such as risk-taking, violence, dominance, primacy of work, need for emotional control, desire to win in pursuit of social status. Yeah, that's pretty much, y'all get the drift.
Yeah, I don't
Manly
really
stuff.
believe in that.
I think it's real.
I think it's real too.
I think it's very real, and I think it really hits.
What makes it toxic, though?
It becomes toxic when we start telling men to basically withhold their emotions because they're men.
Yeah.
That's when it's toxic.
See, I didn't get that from that definition.
Okay. Well, this is That's because I wasn't actually reading the confirmed definition.
I looked it up on Urban Dictionary.
But this says toxic masculinity refers to harmful behavior and attitudes commonly associated with some men, such as the need to repress emotions during stressful situations and to act in an aggressively dominant way.
Yeah,
So it's saying that's a thing, or
like
definitely.
The whole be a man thing. That's
definitely.
toxic masculinity, basically.
I don't agree with that at all.
What? That's real?
I don't agree that that's toxic. I think that there's some instances where you need real men. Like, if we quote unquote, because there's so many memes and so many quotes.
Yeah.
Oh, a real man takes care of somebody else's
but that's
kids.
toxic masculinity.
What?
That's those posts that are what they're talking about. Like, real men do this. Anything that says real men in front of it, that's like a toxic masculine post.
But
because
most of
now
these things are made up by women.
I know. Like, it's a
That's
thing.
why I don't think it's
As a matter
real.
of fact,
Like,
I'm about to tie.
Women do it too. Like,
I'm about to tie two topics together. Toxic masculinity ties into what we were just now speaking about with our last topic.
okay. Join them for me so I can understand where you're coming from. Put it together.
I was just about to put it together, but I was sipping a coquito. You notice I saw the full second and try to get it back.
Let me ask you this. Is it toxic masculinity when men are building buildings, building the streets?
No, because how does
the
that...
infrastructure of the country.
Unless there's someone coming down on him
came back to me.
saying that you're a man, you need to build this because you're a man. Like, that
You thought it was gone. You thought it was gone, but the thought came back to me.
Okay.
Toxic masculinity is a part of the reason why we don't see love being celebrated as much. Because as a man growing up in the 90s and 2000s, it's not masculine to be in love. That's not the man thing to do.
That's
the
not
man
true.
thing to do is to get
not
women
true.
and to take down as many women as
That's
you can,
not
and
true.
know what I'm saying? Fuck
I feel like-
bitches,
I
get
feel like
money.
y'all are
Like
taught
that's
that.
the no,
Yeah.
no, for real, we
So,
are.
let's go back to
We
the
are.
70s.
And if you
then.
fall
I
in
guess-
love, you're considered a sucker for love.
Yeah,
I've been
simp.
called a
You a
sucker for
simp.
love. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been called all these words for the last
Let's go back
3
to
years.
the 70s then. My generation, even though I wasn't born yet, men were singing about being in love, appreciating women.
They were still being Rolling Stones, though.
I mean, you always gonna have both aspects of society. You acting like majority of society was about people being Rolling
Nah,
Stones
but
back
nah.
then.
but-
I'm gonna keep it a buck though, cause
And even in the 80s.
Yeah.
I've been in situations
And even the 90s.
as a man.
And I want to say early 2000s too, it was okay to be in love.
I'm just saying, as a man,
I don't.
as a man, and I go
Jagged
through it
Edge.
myself.
Drew Hill?
There's certain things that I can't express, and if I express, I might be looked
These
at
are the
as
times.
funny.
But the
that
dudes
we all
who
look
liked
for?
them was R&B niggas. Y'all was calling them
Nah,
R&B
that's
niggas
not
and soft.
true. That's
Yes,
not true.
yes. All the dudes who was into R&B and Drew Hill and Silk and
Were
all that
you
stuff.
there?
They was being called soft.
Were you there?
No, but my brothers
I was there.
So were my brothers.
I was there, and women used to appreciate when you
Yes,
used to
women, Preem. I'm talking about men. We're talking
Why
about
would another
toxic
man care
masculinity.
about you being toxic with your woman?
I've even seen women straight up call light skinned men soft just because they are light skinned men. It's like,
But what do you feel about suppressing emotions? How do you feel about that?
I feel like sometimes emotions need to be suppressed,
You think so?
especially with this modern day woman that's running around here nowadays. You
I don't
might
think
wanna keep
ever.
wear your heart on your sleeve, my guy. You
I don't
wanna take
think ever.
advantage of out here.
That's something I learned at
you got a
31
little
years
bit of a
old.
point, Preem. I give you
At 31 years old, I'll be 32 December 4th. God willing, thank God. Born on the same day as Jay-Z. Shout out Ho, Brooklyn.
that. Oh, that's like,
You know what I'm
that's why
saying?
he feels connected to
You know what I'm
Oprah.
saying? Oh, me and him is the same person.
I'm gonna
You know
get
what I'm
some
saying?
planners for him
But
next
yo,
time. Some planners.
You know what I'm saying? As a man, like, I've been through it, like, and it's said you should never want to hold emotions in, no matter
Let me
what
ask you
type of
this.
emotion it is.
Chris, you're raised by a single mom, correct?
Yeah, you can say that.
See, you got a different mindset than people that are raised with a father in the home. That's why I don't see it toxic.
I can't really say that though because men were around. I had a lot of men around
There's
me.
difference
But to
between
be honest,
having
though,
your father in the home and having men around, bro.
No, but the men that were around me though, toxic masculinity can come from anybody. Toxic masculinity could come from the television. It doesn't necessarily have to come from a parent in a household.
What makes it toxic? Because it takes all types of people to be in this world.
Do you know when it becomes
suppressing
topic?
your feelings?
Yeah,
it's toxic.
Like, there's no way around
Reacting
it.
off of emotions all the time is not a bad thing.
All right, so yeah, toxic
All right, so
masculinity.
what's the next topic? What else are we talking about today?
The last thing we're gonna get into is Tyler the Creator had his Camp Flog Gnaw festival recently, and I believe Frank Ocean was supposed to be one of the headliners. So the crowd was waiting on him, but since he didn't either show up or whatever happened, they asked Drake to go out and perform, and that man got booed off stage.
Terrible.
And that was cringy. It's just cringy to see Drake get booed. I was like, whoa.
It's like, what more do you want from me?
Right. Like,
Hold it down.
And he was like, look, if y'all want me to keep going, I will. If y'all want me to stop, like, and they was like, boo. He was like, all right, I'm out.
I think that's kind of just corny because at this point in time, you know, you got pretty much a free Drake show.
Yeah.
And y'all mad? Like, that's the this world. Like, you can't please a certain group of people, and especially those people, the Odd Future.
Yeah.
Like, if it's mainstream, they don't want any parts of it.
Them
and that's
fans was
And,
ruthless.
you know, I'm not the biggest Drake fan in the world, but Drake makes decent music.
I'd have been
He's the
hyped to
best
see
rapper
Drake
right now. Drake is the best rapper.
if I didn't expect to see him. Like,
But when you're dealing with people that, you know, when everybody else is going right, they want to go left. That's what you're going to get.
And that's definitely Odd Future fans for sure.
But what you got to consider though, Drake as a professional and as an artist, it's his responsibility to stay on that stage and perform.
No way.
I don't think so because he was never scheduled to perform. He
It
did
doesn't
that
matter,
off
though.
like
The second you step on that stage, you are automatically signing yourself up. Like for an agreement, like you're gonna perform, it doesn't matter if people boo, unless somebody physically throws something at you.
Drake has too much to lose to be fooling around with Odd Future and
a whole crowd
and
that
making
don't want
himself
you
look
up there.
bad, his image and everything else by them weirdos booing him.
But you know what though, Drake has too much of a reputation and too large of a resume to be affected by that. I watched the video. The boos weren't like the boos weren't boisterous. It was probably about like a small section of people that were booing, and that comes with.
Yo, I saw you DJ and you booing. I'm good. I'm packing up.
He straight up stopped. Like, do y'all want me to continue?
It's not too emotional. I'm not coming out here risking my name and the years and years of work I put in.
If you're
DJing, people that obviously aren't fans.
If you're DJing and people start booing and you walk off the stage, that's a terrible look.
Hey,
that's insecure.
They don't want to see you.
Insecure.
Why am I staying?
And the funny thing about you, Gibbs, is you sit up and make these statements about positions that you've never been in before,
it's true.
bruh. It's interesting hearing you say that from the side.
It's
like,
true.
No, you should never do that.
I've been booed before.
Okay.
I've been booed before.
What have you been booed
Think about the Knicks. Playing ball in a basketball game. I've been booed before a home crowd.
At a professional level.
I've been booed. But I've been booed before a home crowd. That's not like me saying, you know what, y'all don't want to see me play, so I'm about to walk off the court.
Yeah, it's
but
different.
regardless, though, in any type of
level.
performance, to walk off just tell me this. How many other instances can we think of an artist or entertainer performing,
Comedians
getting booed
do it all the time.
and walking off the stage?
Comedians do it all the time.
Yeah, artists do it all, especially in
throw something at an artist?
2019.
Can we name music? No. I said that. If you throw something at a person, that's different.
You just
when has
them
an
riled
artist
up to
ever
do
walked
that.
off the
So you're
stage from
supposed to
being booed?
Well, should he wait
till you get hit?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Just tell me this. When has one? If y'all can name one artist, I'll fall back.
Probably not off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure I can look up
I'll drink my coquito.
Lil Wayne just recently with the Blink 182 tour, he walked off the stage because people were booing.
Oh yeah, he's soft and emotional too.
Man, come on, bro.
But really, he is.
Chris, you have to understand when you're in front of like thousands of people, like that's not. I'm not staying out there. I'm sorry.
I understand that.
Crazy.
But what you got to realize, at almost every single concert, every single show, you have people. I've been to concerts. You have people.
When have you been on the stage and somebody's booed you when you were
I
getting
went to the
paid
Cardi
to do
B
something?
concert at the Times Union Center.
Yeah.
Every single artist for that concert got booed. Famous Dex was booed. Lil Pump was booed.
And they were paid.
Cardi B was
and
booed.
they were paid.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's not about the money once you get to
No,
a
it
point
is.
of
Come on,
Drake
bro.
level.
Come on,
Once
bro.
they get to
No,
Drake
once you
level,
get
it's
to
not
Drake
about
level,
the
it's
money.
all about the money. What are you talking
It's
about?
not about the money. You can't get booed
all
and walk
about
off the
the money.
stage.
Chris Gibbs like to lie
That
to the
makes you
people.
look
That's what we finding out on this episode.
Look,
look-
I don't think he looks
You look
that
more
bad.
stand-up-ish if you just sit there and perform.
I feel like
No.
he asked them, he gave them an opportunity to stay on stage, and they said boo.
Y'all
And
want to
he
boo?
said,
I'm
peace.
rich. I'm better than the person you came
Right.
to come out and see. Y'all have a
Exactly.
good day.
I want everybody
What you
tuned in
people
live. Everybody's tuning in live. I want y'all to look up when Drake was booed, whether it was yesterday or the day before, and tell me were the boos loud enough for him to walk off stage. You can barely hear it.
Yes, they were.
You can barely hear it.
They were.
Especially
You
when
can
he
hear
was
it
doing somebody
clear.
a favor
Yeah.
too by even being there.
You
like,
can hear them boos
bro.
clear
Get
as
your
day.
crowd.
I don't know what video Chris
Drake
watched,
was-
but you can hear them boos clear.
Drake was in his feelings, man.
What else we got
Shout
to
out
talk
Drizzy,
about
man.
this
And
afternoon?
that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Damn, that does it for the Inner Circle quick episode. 30
Yeah.
minutes in and out. Run this
We
back,
did
watch it a
that.
couple times. Make sure you like. Let me hop in here. Make sure you like, subscribe, do all that cool
And
stuff.
we got a guest the next show, don't we?
Yeah, we got a guest next show. My boy Ricey K. He's a producer. You can follow him on IG, The Raisin Man. He's got a bunch of credentials and stuff. You can look him up on YouTube too. Any artist looking for beats, you know what I'm saying? You might want to get into his music, especially if you're like an anime fan or like a fan of video games. He uses a lot of those samples. So yeah, it'll be dope. We're gonna get into some things with him.
Is he ready for the set though?
Oh, he
Is
ready.
he ready for the pressure of the Inner Circle?
Oh, he ready.
Is he ready to hit the arena with Chris Gibbs?
I think he ready for you, Chris Gibbs. I think he ready.
Oh,
Oh, and we got a party going on. Tell him about the party, Gibbs.
oh yeah, definitely. We got a private invite only R&B event, Lusty Nights. We're gonna have a masseuse. We're gonna have blue light, smoke machine, Henny wings. Like it's gonna be an amazing vibe. It's
gonna be lit.
Shout out everybody I invited. Everybody who I didn't invite. I apologize. The venue is very small, and I got a lot of fake friends.
Yes.
I got so many fake friends that I couldn't even invite all motherfuckers. But look, listen, yo, make sure y'all tune in, man. Make sure y'all tap in. Follow me, Chris Gibbs, MM on everything. Chris Gibbs on Facebook. Shout out my girl, Amani A. Stevens. She has a salon. She has bundles. She do so
got
much
it
shit.
all.
Man, I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, man. Shout out Ye. Shout out everybody that's supporting me, man. Shout out all the 70s babies. DJ Supreme. You know what I'm saying?
81.
Shout out
81 and
all the
86.
89 and a
Let's
half
go.
babies. 89 and a half
Am I
babies.
90s babies? Ew. All right, but also follow our IG, The Inner Circle Show. Yeah, at The Inner Circle Show. Follow me, Roasty_Perez, and that's all I got.
And we got something special coming up too for Christmas, man. You know, child.
Oh, yeah, you know we gotta look out for the
In
kids.
tune for the community. So before I speak too much on that, let me get all the details down, Pat. But all I'm gonna say is just tap in, tune in, and continue supporting.
1981 is the year. You know the vibes. Chris 87. When your girl born? 98, 99.
She's actually born in 95.
Oh, whatever, bro.
95.
That was the
bro.
Lion King year, I think. That's a good
90
year.
95 was a minute ago.
Yeah, it was.
Long time
I
ago.
wish we could go back.
She old news.
That does it for another episode of Inner Circle. My girl Evita, yours truly, Rodney B. Moore, and my man, Chris Kelly.
Gibby the Growth. Gibby the Growth.
I'm
Make
done
sure
with
y'all
y'all.
follow
Goodbye.
me, tune into everything. It's the Inner Circle, man. We checking out.